Welcome to Life on the Wabash, your home for the lighter, brighter, happier side of your community. We'll cover places to go, events to explore, recipes to try, and information that makes your life easier or more fun. Let's dive in. Good morning and welcome to Life on the Wabash. I'm Lindsay Veramis.
And I'm Grace Michael. Consider this your inside scoop to the best side of your community. We uncover what's new in town while highlighting key area traditions.
This is also a teaching tool. Boilermakers like Grace are in the driver's seat. They're producing this show and getting hands-on TV training in the process.
Coming up, youth musicians joining forces with the pros, how the Lafayette Symphony Orchestra is connecting with young people in new ways.
Plus, spring cleaning for your car. We're not just talking about the outside, what you should be looking at under the hood.
The trading card game that took the world by storm turns 30 this year. From first-time collectors to competitive players, there's a whole community built around more than cards. We're going inside a local trading card shop to find out who Pokemon is really for and how you can be part of it. We're sitting down in the director's chair for a behind-the-scenes look at Purdue's upcoming play, Our Town.
A hobby, passion, and growing floral business in West Lafayette. We'll meet a florist turning everyday flowers into something unforgettable.
Life on the Wabash starts now.
When we think of spring cleaning, we typically think of our home, maybe our closet, but there is one more thing we should consider, our car. That's why we're here at Jiffy Lube with manager Amanda. Amanda, this time of year, what do we need to be thinking about?
Honestly, just about everything. Like you said, it's spring cleaning, so it's time for a checkup. You know, check tires, check tire pressure, check battery life, oil condition, basically anything up under the hood, give me a check.
What are some common mistakes you see people make with their vehicle?
Common mistakes, not checking oil level. There's a lot of vehicles out there that they're notorious to burn oil, which is normal for that engine. But if they don't keep an eye on that oil level, if you run low on oil, it's gonna do some internal damage to the vehicle. Same thing with the tires. If you run low on a low tire for quite some time, you're gonna damage the sidewall of the tire, which in turn is gonna make you have to get a new tire when in all actuality, it could have just been an easy plug to plug up and get back on the road. Now, checking oil levels super easy to do at home. By finding your oil dipstick. Typically, dipstick is going to be marked with a yellow ring. There's all kinds of different colors, though. We've seen orange, blue, yellow, all kinds of different colors. But get yourself a paper towel or a rag, shop rag, anything to wipe that dipstick off first, and then to dip it again is going to give you the most accurate level. Now, looking at this one, it's about a quart low. So the half quart low. This would need to be topped off before taking any kind of road trip. Also, looking at the condition of the oil, it is getting pretty dark. It's lost that amber color, so it's doing its job. But if this one came in before a spring break road trip, I would recommend doing the oil change for sure. Checking tread depth at home is super simple. All you need is a little penny. Putting a penny in the tire tread upside down, that's going to tell us whether the tire is at minimum spec or not. If you can see the top of Lincoln's head, that means you're at minimum spec, needing a new tire. On all vehicles, you can find the manufacturer recommended tire pressure on the vehicle. You're going to either find it in the door jamb itself. It's always going to be a yellow placard, either in the door jamb or on the door itself. This tire is supposed to have 38 PSI in the front, 34 PSI in the rear.
And when we're coming out of winter, our vehicles do go through a lot of wear and tear. Anything we need to keep in mind because we're exiting winter?
I think the batteries and the tires are going to be the main thing. The temperature can definitely change the pressure in the tire. At that point, it just needs to be adjusted and put back up to manufacturer specs of the PSI that's supposed to be in the tire. And the same thing with the battery. The cold weather is gonna kill the battery quicker. Getting the battery tested, it's going to ensure you're safe on the road on a road trip. You know, you're not stranded in Florida with a dead battery. So
we certainly don't want that.
Definitely not.
One thing I always wanted to ask, when we talk about procrastination, I have a tendency to do that. When I see the check engine light, I know there's a problem. What would you say to the people that put things off?
All it takes is stopping by, honestly, any auto parts store, any Jiffy Lube. We can check it really quick and at least point you in the right direction of what needs done, tell you how detrimental it might be to the engine. Sometimes there's silly sensors that you might be able to save to ride on for a little bit longer if you want to push it out, but at least just getting it checked, getting an answer as to what's behind that check engine light, what's causing it to come on.
Fantastic. Great tips. And of course, you make it very easy here at Jiffy Lube.
Definitely.
15-minute oil changes are available?
Yeah, 15 minutes or less. That's definitely our goal, to be able to do a multi-point inspection on the vehicle, checking tires, fluids, washing the windshield, testing the battery, tread depths, things of that nature.
Okay, you heard her. We have no excuses. Thanks, Amanda.
Not a problem.
Imagine filling an entire city bus with charitable goods. That is exactly what Purdue Food Finders Club did on Memorial Mall last year, where they raised over 1,000 pounds of charitable goods donated inside of a city bus. This year, not only are they increasing their buses to 3, but their donation limits are now at 5,000 pounds.
So how does it feel being able to quintuple your goal from last year?
It's pretty amazing. We've been able to work with a lot of amazing people, a lot of amazing groups that all have the same goal to help the community. And so it's just a really awesome opportunity that we get to come together to do this, and to do it so much bigger than last year. It was just a couple of people who had an idea, and now this year, a lot of people got to see that idea and now want to contribute and help us. So I think it's all just so exciting, and we hope to continue to grow and to contribute to the community and for years to come.
What are some items that people should bring, especially that you guys are looking for?
So really anything that is non-perishable. They accept a lot of peanut butter. Peanut butter is a really good one. And like ramen, a lot of people have a lot of ramen. That's always good. So you can bring tomato soup products. Any canned goods is great. And honestly, even clothing. We've had some people put clothing in the box. And then, of course, one of the most needed items by food banks, by pantries, by any community center is socks. So if you have socks, anything non-perishable, all of it will be going to Food Finders Food Bank, and they accept everything. So anything that you can, it'd be great.
And besides donating, what is the best way that people are able to help you guys throughout the next couple of weeks?
The best way to help us is by spreading the word. Advertising the food drive, letting people know, donating anything you can. That's how you can support us. Anything you think you might not use by the end of the year, other people will use it. And also, if you would like to become a part of this, just let us know. You can join any of our organizations. We're partnering with multiple. Join any one of ours. You can sign up to table. We will be having open table slots throughout the event, so you can help table outside of the bus. But again, the best way to help is to donate food.
If you have any questions, you can email them at fffbc@purdue.edu or at foodfindersclub.purdue on Instagram.
This year, Pikachu turned 30, and to celebrate, we're here at Rainer's TCG shop in Lafayette, Indiana to find out what makes Pokemon so addictive and the community it created globally. Come on in. My name is Victoria Payak, and we're here at Rainer's TCG shop in Lafayette, Indiana, off State Road 38 to explore what makes Pokemon so addictive and the community that it garnered. I'm here with Kayla, one of the owners of Rainer's TCG shop. Kayla, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing all right. Can you tell me a little bit more about what Rainer's TCG shop is?
Rainer's TCG shop is a trading card shop that has mainly Pokemon. We are bringing in some other TCGs, like we have a very little amount of Lorcana and Magic the Gathering, but Pokemon's our main focus. It caters a lot to collectors, master setters, and players. We try to collectively have a lot of different options for everyone who wants to be part of Pokemon.
And from my understanding, you guys host weekly trade nights. How has Rainer's been a beacon for community events?
We very much enjoy bringing in everyone from the community. So every Saturday between 5 and 7, we have a trade night. We offer raffles, and sometimes we play bingo, Jeopardy, different things to win prizes instead to kind of like change it up. We very much love having everyone from the littlest kids to the oldest adults come in and talk and become friends and do things that they just normally aren't used to. And it's a lot of fun.
And what would you say makes Pokemon different from its competitors like Magic the Gathering?
Pokemon caters to a lot of different people, especially collectors. You don't find collectors in Magic the Gathering very often. So you can go for pretty cards, the really cool cards. Some people like the ugly Pokemon just for fun. But then you also have master setters and then the players, which does go a lot with Gathering. But Pokemon caters to so many different people that you wouldn't normally see with cards. So it's a lot of fun seeing all the different types of people who love Pokemon.
And what would you give some advice for new players looking to get into Pokemon?
My favorite advice is to always go for the cards you want to go for. It's cheaper and more reliable to buy the cards you want versus trying to rip them. If you rip open packs and buying different things, you get random cards. You don't know what you're gonna get. It's a little gambling, but you rip them open, you see what you get, you have to be happy with what you go. So if you're going to rip, make sure you research what sets you want and make sure there's more than one Pokemon card that you want from that set, because ripping is going to involve different cards that you didn't think you would get, because you won't get just one card from it.
Absolutely. Well, if you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, or to find out more information about Rainer's TCG shop, you can find them online or on Instagram.
Music appreciation, it can never start too early, and it should be something that brings lifelong joy. That's the message the Lafayette Symphony Orchestra is hoping to convey in 2026. It's putting renewed focus on youth and community connections, from the ever-popular Lollipop concert and instrument petting zoo to an upcoming concert featuring young musicians. We have orchestra CEO Jeanette Brown here with us today to talk more about this incredible momentum. When you step into an LSO event, the excitement is palpable. Tell us about the 11th.
On April 11th is our third main stage concert of the season. One thing I'm really excited about is a world premiere that we're doing. So it's by American composer Edward Thornton Jenkins. He wrote it over 100 years ago. It was uncovered by his great nephew and rewritten and transcribed for the orchestra, and it will be heard for the very first time here in Lafayette by our Lafayette Symphony Orchestra.
That is so exciting. And another incredible element to this is High School Appreciation Night at the same time.
At the same time, High School Appreciation Night. It's an exciting concert because we have two high schoolers playing. They're winners of the Keller Concerto competition, and they will be playing. We also have some donors who have brought in over 300 high school students from area high schools, Harrison, Lafayette, Jeff, West Lafayette, and a couple others. So they will be able to experience live orchestral music together on that night.
What do you notice when high school students get the opportunity to maybe see the symphony for the first time?
I think that there is a perception maybe that going to the symphony is stuffy or boring, and I hear over and over just what a sense of community and life happens when you're in a place where live music is happening and you're listening with other people. And I think there's always a little something that they learn or discover that is unexpected.
And you are making an entire evening of it, pre and post concert experiences?
Yes, the Wabash Valley Youth Symphony has a string quartet coming to play pre-concert music in the St. John's Pavilion before the concert, so we're excited to have them. Love to partner with other organizations in the community, so we're happy to have them. And then after the concert, the Lobby Coffee House around the corner from the Long Center is hosting a post-concert social, and we'll have music from a jazz combo from the Lafayette Jeff High School.
Okay, if you were looking carefully, you may have noticed we have something fun and pink here. So if you've ever been wondering or wishing you could wear a Kentucky Derby hat, you are cooking up an opportunity for us to do just that.
We have it. We have it. Our LSO Gala is coming up on May 1st, which happens to be Derby weekend. Not during the Derby, so you'll still be able to watch. But our LSO Gala is just a time to celebrate our musicians and also to raise support for them. So more things that we have cooked up for next season. So we're celebrating where we are and looking ahead to what's to come.
If somebody wants to get tickets, where should they go?
They should go to our website, www.lafayettesymphony.org/gala, and all the information is there.
All right, we also have that information right here on your screen. Thanks so much, Jeanette.
Thanks.
What does a t-shirt, a sandwich, and the gas in your car all have in common? Agriculture. It impacts nearly every part of our daily lives, often in ways we don't even realize. We spoke with two experts in the industry about why agriculture matters to everyone.
It's what grows the food that we eat. No matter what our diets look like, everything that we are consuming is backed by the agriculture industry.
Despite its impact, many people still feel disconnected from it. In fact, 68% of Americans say they don't have enough information about where their food comes from.
It doesn't matter how old you are, what age you're in, or what field you work in, agriculture touches you each and every single day.
But agriculture is growing more innovative and more diverse than ever before.
Each and every day, there is more and more people coming into the agriculture industry, and not all of them necessarily have an agriculture background. But from what I have seen, the agricultural industry is one of the most welcoming industries, as long as the person is coming in and they are willing to learn.
It's more of an industry of service, and it being an industry where we can welcome others, serve others, and ultimately give livelihood to others.
Getting involved to learn more about where your food and fuel comes from does not exclusively happen on a farm. Every spring, Purdue Ag Week pops up for a week-long experiential learning event for the public to come and learn about the industry.
The biggest outreach events and opportunities on Purdue's campus, and it's a week where we really turn Memorial Mall into a living, live learning classroom where people can come to the mall for experiential learning, learn more about agriculture, maybe expand on their knowledge. And then ultimately our hope is to inspire people to maybe dig a little deeper and seek to learn more about the industry as they walk every day in life. At its core, agriculture is the air that we breathe, the food that we eat, the clothes that we wear, and the paths that we walk in life.
It's on our backs, it's in our plates, it's in our cars. Agriculture, the center of it all. Reporting for Life on the Wabash, I'm Abigail Peterson.
The Purdue West Shopping Plaza located on State Street was once a lively strip mall full of blooming businesses, from clothing stores to bookstores, and especially restaurants. Today, the plaza is a shell of its former self, and of all the illustrious restaurants that once graced it, only two remain. One of them, a Subway, the chain restaurant with the most locations in the U.S., surpassing even McDonald's and Starbucks, and the other, a much smaller restaurant with no bells and whistles, a straightforward name, and a 4.7 rating on Google. Which begs the question, how has David been able to stay in the ring with Goliath this long?
I kind of like that it's kind of more of a mom and pop place. I'm not really a big fan of the chains. I think it's a little more higher quality than most places around here. It's a good spot.
As it turns out, for an industry so cutthroat, you actually don't need that much to survive in it. As the owner himself will tell you, all it takes is good food.
That was a 4th of July, downtown Lafayette. For some reason, we decided to do a grilled chicken and rice that day, and it was an instant hit. While they're working, they see the photo of the chicken and rice, and they ask, "What is this?" Like, chicken and rice. Like, yeah, can I have that? And in less than a month, the restaurant was renamed to Grilled Chicken and Rice. That became our main dish, and the remainder is history.
Sadly, after more than 6 decades in operation, the shopping plaza is set to close next year. The good news is that Grilled Chicken and Rice won't be moving very far.
We are moving across the street to the Continuum building on Mitch Daniels Boulevard. Next fall, we will be open there.
For Life on the Wabash, I'm Sam Shakuri.
For the last 100 years, Purdue University has brought endless talent to the stage. But what does it take to make the shows come to life? And what does it take to reimagine a classic like Our Town as a director? Today, we're finding out with Keta Carpenter. Keta, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. So what else have you directed?
I've directed quite a few student shows at the previous institution that I was at before I came to Purdue, which was University of Texas at Austin, and I've also directed professionally at the Illinois Shakespeare Festival and at a theater festival in Pakistan in Karachi.
Wow. So those unfamiliar with theater, what is the directive process like?
It's a little bit like being an orchestra conductor, if you think about it, that you have an entire assortment of musicians that know their parts and how to play them, and my job is to set the tempo, set the tone, and to work on the musicality and bring out, okay, more violin here, more tuba here, etc. Only with actors and designers.
So what can the audience expect from Our Town? Tell me a little bit about it.
This play was written in 1938, so this is one of the sort of classic American plays. It's written by Thornton Wilder, who's one of my favorite American playwrights. I think it is one of the best American plays ever written. It celebrates the mundane. It celebrates, which sounds like a bad thing, but it really isn't. It really looks at the extraordinary nature of the daily existence of the human being. Well,
That is so beautiful. What are you most excited for concerning the show?
I'm excited about the fact that how we're doing this, we really embrace this idea that even though this play was written in 1938, that we're doing it now. And we really wanted to embrace the specific Purdue students who are in this show and who are designing this show and who are making this show and bringing it to life. So I gave them the prompt of this is our town and see what happens with that. And they've responded to that prompt beautifully. And one of the things that we're doing is we're inviting the audience to be part of the show as well. So there are 3 roles that are actually audience members that ask questions of Editor Webb in the show.
That is so cool. So the cast is mostly students then. What is that experience like as a director?
I love working with students. I mean, I'm a teacher, so obviously if you like teaching acting, then teaching acting in a show is the best application. It's the practical application of what you're doing. And I love working with students because you get students who are at all different levels. You get people who are, this is their first show ever. We have some people who aren't even theater majors who are in our shows, who come from computer science, who come from veterinary medicine, who come from nutrition science, from engineering. And we have students that are also theater majors, and we mix them all together.
Well, thank you, Kenna. This has been a wonderful conversation. Performances will be April 16th through the 24th. You can visit Purdue's Dance and Theater website for tickets now.
From birthdays to graduations, flowers often mark the milestones that matter most.
In West Lafayette, one independent florist is helping turn those moments into lasting memories.
Before there were customer orders and delivery pickups, there was simply a love for flowers.
I started doing flowers as a hobby at home. I made small bouquets for friends, and it made me really happy. Later, I shared my work on social media, and more people started ordering from me. Little by little, it became my small business.
Without a physical storefront, she turned to social media to grow her business. Through platforms like the Red Notes or Instagram, customers found her process videos and began placing orders. Her style is soft and personal. Some blooms are even preserved, pressed into jewelry or art pieces, extending their meaning beyond a single day.
She listens carefully and has great taste and can match the style I wanted.
That personal touch is what calms customers coming back.
I think flowers bring people together. My work is often part of birthdays, congratulations, and special mirrors. That's why being a florist feels very meaningful to me.
For those looking to mark a special occasion, house custom bouquets are available through her online pages.
Whether you're planning your big day, helping a bride-to-be, or simply dreaming of dresses, we have some fun in store. We're checking in with the owner of Sage Bridal House to see what's new in bridal fashion and get a few tips. All right, we're here with Carrie Hughes to get some inspiration. Carrie, you just got back from Chicago, Miami, lots of research. What did you find?
Yes, so I was lucky enough to see my designer's newest collection for the coming year. So we saw a lot of different styles, so everything kind of across the board, but we really focused on 3 distinct looks. So we have the clean look. So we all know the clean girl aesthetic. So those classic silhouettes, streamlined, a lot of crepe, ivory, beautiful classic designs. More transitional, so again, classic silhouettes with a little bit more detail, maybe an additional accessory like a scarf or even a collar, a little bit of different lace pattern. Again, not too much bling in those styles, but a little bit more detail than your clean looks. And then also we're kind of seeing a return back to maximalism.
Oh,
so
fun.
Ball gowns, sparkle, wide skirts, and really kind of opposite from the clean style aesthetic as well.
Well, we're going to take a look at those dresses in just a minute, but we should go back to the basics first. If you are planning that big day, how far in advance do we need to be thinking?
So to get whatever style you desire, really we're looking at 8 to 10 months out before your wedding. The sooner the better, so that is one thing you definitely want to check off your bridal list sooner rather than later, so that way you have a full range of styles to choose from. Of course, bridal stores are going to have quick ship options for you as well, so if you're a little bit more in a time crunch, there's still dresses out there and you can still find a wonderful gown as well.
Any other pro tips for somebody who is just beginning that process?
Yes, really do some research. So start thinking about how you want to look on your wedding day. Think about if comfort is really important to you. That's really going to affect some different styles. And then, of course, bringing only your most supportive friends and family to cheer you on as you find the dress.
Okay, well, why don't we go take a look at some of those styles?
This is going to be a halter style, which we have seen come back in recent years. So the focus of this dress is just those classic lines, really lovely column shape. All right, so I will call this one our transitional looks. Nice classic crepe, really gorgeous silhouette. You're going to see a lot of cat ear styles in the bust. And another detail we've been seeing on bridal dresses recently have been really fun neck accessories. And lastly, this is our more maximalist style that we've been seeing. So a return to fuller skirts, sparkle, oversized patterns. Again, you do still have that classic cat ear top, but you have accessories with this dress. So you have some detachable drop sleeves. You have an option to have a little sleeve added on, but again, these are fully customizable, so you could really wear this dress multiple ways, have 3 different looks, and this is definitely for the bride who wants to shine on her wedding day.
Well, Carrie, before we let you go, we should touch on the experience when you come in here to Sage. You work really hard to create a moment for these brides.
Yes, so at Sage Bridal House, we are so focused on the entire bridal experience and making that such a positive experience for our brides. We really try to make it as welcoming as possible. We do offer private appointments only, so you get the entire house to yourself. And then we offer longer bridal appointment times as well, so you can really relax and make sure you are saying yes to the perfect dress.
Absolutely. Well, you can find her in Rensselaer. We have all of that information right here on your screen.
If you have a story you'd like to see in our next episode of Life on the Wabash, send us an email, connect with us on Instagram, or subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Here's a look at when you can find us next. Until then, we encourage you to explore more and have a happy Saturday.
Brought to you in partnership with Purdue University Brian Lamb School of Communication and NBC 16 Lafayette, a Star City TV station.